Have you ever looked at your electricity bill, seen that line for units consumed, and just kind of nodded along, not really sure what a unit actually is? Well, you are definitely not alone. In the next few minutes, we're going to crack that code together.
So let's get right to it. What in the world is this unit that your power company is charging you for? Because once you get this one simple thing, I promise the rest of your bill, and really how your home uses electricity, is going to make so much more sense.
And to figure that out, we've got to start with two words that we all tend to use interchangeably: power and energy. You know, in day-to-day life, it's totally fine. But when it comes to your electricity bill, they mean two very different things. And understanding that difference, well, that's the key to everything.
Okay, here's probably the easiest way to think about it. Power is like the speedometer in your car. It tells you how fast you're going or how fast you're using electricity right this second. Energy, on the other hand, is like the odometer. It's the total distance you've traveled, the total amount of electricity you've used over a period of time. So one is the rate, the other is the total.
So let's zoom in on power for a second. It's that electrical speed, and we measure it in watts. Every single one of your appliances has a watt rating. That's its power. A 1,000-watt microwave, for example, is a real power-hungry device. It uses electricity way faster than, say, a 100-watt light bulb.
Right, so if power is the speed, then energy is the total distance traveled. It's the grand total of all the electricity you've consumed. And that total, it depends on just two things: how much power an appliance uses and for how long you use it. This gives us the super important formula that really unlocks it all. Energy equals power multiplied by time. This is the exact math that ends up on your bill. Now that we have that crucial link between power and time, we can finally define what that unit on our bill actually is. That unit is the kilowatt-hour.
So here it is, the big reveal. That mysterious 1 unit on your bill, it's just a nickname for 1 kilowatt-hour, which you'll often see written as kWh. They are the exact same thing. So from now on, when you see units consumed, just think to yourself, kilowatt-hours consumed.
So, what is a kilowatt-hour? Well, it's literally right there in the name. It's the total amount of energy you use when you run something with 1 kilowatt of power for exactly 1 hour. That's it. It's a specific bundle of energy that combines both power and time.
Okay, enough with the theory. Theory is great, but let's make this real. How does this actually work with something you use every single day? Let's take a super simple, classic example to make it all click: a 100-watt light bulb.
All right, let's break this down nice and slow. Our bulb has a power rating of 100 watts. First things first, we need to get that into kilowatts. Since a kilowatt is just 1,000 watts, we divide by 1,000. So 100 watts becomes 0.1 kilowatts. Easy enough, right? Now let's use our formula. Energy equals power times time. We want to figure out how long it takes to use 1 kilowatt-hour. So we take our power, 0.1 kilowatts, and it turns out, if we multiply that by 10 hours, what do we get? Exactly 1 kilowatt-hour. So leaving that 100-watt bulb on for 10 hours straight uses exactly 1 unit of electricity.
And there we go. We now have all the pieces of the puzzle. We know what a unit is, it's a kilowatt-hour, and we know how to figure out how many units our appliances are using. So now for the final step. Let's see how this all turns into the actual rupees you have to pay.
You know, the final calculation is actually the simplest part of this whole thing. The utility company just takes the total number of units, kilowatt hours that you've used all month, and they multiply it by whatever rate they charge for each one.
So, for example, let's say your meter shows you used 50 units this month, and let's say your local price is 6 rupees for every unit. Well, the math is pretty simple. 50 units times 6 rupees per unit gives you a total bill of 300 rupees. It really is that straightforward.
All right, let's do a super quick recap of the most important takeaways here. Power is the speed of electricity use, measured in watts. Energy is the total amount you actually consume over time, and that's what you pay for. And the most important connection of all, 1 unit on your bill is exactly 1 kilowatt-hour, which you calculate by multiplying power by time.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Now that you know the secret, that it's all about an appliance's power rating and how long you use it, I want you to take a look around your own home. What do you think is your biggest energy hog? Is it the high-power thing you only use for a few minutes, like a microwave? Or is it the low-power device that's running all day long? The answer, well, it just might surprise you.